Racing on Thursday takes place out at the Vaal. 8 races on the program, and race number 1 gets underway at 12:25. We begin with a work rider's maiden plate for fillies and mares over the 1200 meter trip as things heat up with a couple of days to go to the Summer Cup. And joining me on the line is Alistair Cohen. Alistair, how are you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks, Raheel. Back on the half alts and a very, very warm day indeed. Just a day out from this Vaal meeting. Had a good look at the forecast for the next few days for obvious reasons. It might rain a little bit on Wednesday night, a little bit on Thursday morning. Nothing that'll jeopardise this Thursday card at the Vaal by the looks of things. And it should be good going all the way through to Saturday's Betway Summer Cup, which I know the next question is, how do you find the card? I find the Betway Summer Cup card a lot more entertaining than this. But it's important all the same, because for obvious reasons the pools are going to be inflated. It's month end, we're leading up to the festive season, and we've got Joburg's biggest day coming up on Saturday, so there'll be a lot of punters that will be teaming up and hoping just to make a few rand on this Thursday card out at the Vaal.
Since you've answered that question of what's your thoughts on the card, let me ask you this: how many bankers have you managed to find the guys for Saturday?
For Saturday, as it stands, I've got 2, and I'm obviously doing a pick 6 because the pool's going to be is expected to be a big one. As it stands, I've got 2 bankers. I'm not going to spoil it right now because we want people to watch the preview show. I'll quite like the card, and there are a couple of races, including the Betway Summer Cup, where I'm going to load up quite a bit and play for a result.
Yeah, I know there's a horse that you like quite a lot in the Betway Summer Cup. You've been keeping an eye on him, and yeah, we look forward to that show on Friday when it does get posted on Gallop TV. Of course, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell notification icon on Gallop TV as well. But let's get into racing on Thursday. Race number 1, Pretty Precious, is the favourite at 11-10, 22-10 about Gimme a Storm, 5-1 Abby's View, then 6-1 and Better Bar Those. Now, Pretty Precious, she has a second start in the Highveld. She seemed to just be caught out over the final bit when beaten 7 lengths behind Cosmic Queen, who looks to be a horse that could well go on her way now and win a fair share of races. And then this filly, Gimme a Storm, related to Tuscan Winter and Tuscan Gold, horses that have shown well over sprinting distances. So it wouldn't be a surprise to see this filly quite forward on debut.
Well, that's the bottom line here, Raheel. I think there's a handful of winning chances. There's some horses here that I don't think can feature, but by overall work rider standards, it's actually not such a weak race. And I think the key horse is number 10, Gimme a Storm. She has any amount of ability. She could end up being the right ones, with Savannah Valjallo taking 1.5 kilos. High number draw should be favoured down the Vaal Straight with how the track is configured. There's going to be a lot of racetrack to work with on Thursday, but there is a small false rail put on the inside, so you'd lean towards high number draws, but I'm not sure it's going to be the holy grail completely. But still, about number 10, Gimme a Storm, as mentioned, she doesn't have to have all the ability in the world to win this race, but the obvious horse with form is number 1, Pretty Precious. I venture to say that she would have needed her first run in town quite badly. Chamo Mabaya takes her out for Brett Crawford. Her Cape Town form lines are fair, nothing earth-shattering, but nothing that suggests that they are very weak form lines, and her first run in town was a pleasing effort when beaten 7 lengths by Cosmic Queen, who, as you say, is simply a much better horse. So she'll come on with a run under the belt, and she should go well out of a great mare overarching. The other horses that I'd respect for top 3 finishes, number 7, Intro, there was support for her last time in finishing second to Montana Lights. The jury will be out on how that form line's ultimately going to work out, but it doesn't have to work out to be too glittering in a field of this nature. And then number 11, Touch of Heaven, deserves a mention. I don't think she can beat Pretty Precious, and if Gimme a Storm has that ability, I can't see her beating those 2 horses, but definitely top 4 claims.
Yeah, that's number 11 at about 12-1 in the market, but all eyes will be on number 10, Gimme a Storm. Moving along to race number 2, this is over 1,600 meters. It is a start off the place accumulator. Maiden plate 1 o'clock is the off time, and your favorite here is Dylan's Champ. Open up 9-10, is into 7-10 now. Joos Drooksloot is at 22-10, 7-1 about Majaloon. It's in 10-1 and Better Bar Those. Alistair, all things looks ideally set up for this horse, Dylan's Champ, to get it right at start number 5. Pierre aboard, he jumps from gate number 1. Whether that's going to be a disadvantage or an advantage, only the race will tell, but he's got Pierre in the irons, and that could certainly make all the difference. Fitness on his side as well.
Look, the fitness aspect is the one thing that I think number 3, Dylan's Champ's got going for him. He's a full brother to William Robertson. But I'm going to take him on at the price. Put it like, look, the PA is my suggested bet, and I've banked number 7, US Druslet. I think you can bank one or the other in the buy pot or the place accumulator. I don't think they'll miss the top 3. I don't think they'll miss the top 2. But go look at US Druslet's debut again. He caught the eye to such an extent. He's been scratched a couple of times since, which suggests that Alec Len's probably had a tough time getting him back on course. Hasn't been the most straightforward, may have suffered a setback or something. But now on the green grass at the Vaal, a little bit of give. If he produces that same 400 to finish, I think that number 7, US Druslet's going to go very, very well and trouble number 3, Dylan's Champ. He was all over a winner last time behind Robert Browning. Some of his form lines are solid. Some of his form lines aren't that solid. And going down the straight, look, we saw Pierce Stratham deliver Bacchus down the straight for the same yard a week ago, and all the pressure and all the money was on. But as far as taking the price, the fact that he's been punted already, if you like him, I think you probably missed the boat. And it might be wise taking boxed exactas here between the two. You're not going to get too rich. Obviously, the direct winner out of that form line was Clear the Path, who went over 2,600 meters and won a very, very weak field. Obviously, another Universe is another direct winner out of that form. So 2 direct winners from that form line behind Robert Browning. That's going to add to the impetus behind number 3, Dylan's Champ. Absolute 2-horse race. But for me, I think the value lies with number 7.
Moving along to race number 3, which will be the start of the Pick 6. Fillies and Mares, 87 divided handicap over 1,800 meters. 13:35 is the off time. Caddy Zora tops the boards at 15-10. 7-2 Avo on Toast. 9-2 Rani of Couture. It's in 7-1 and better ball those. Alistair, what's your thoughts on race number 3?
Not the most straightforward race here, Raheel. I've got 3 horses in the place accumulator. You might want 1 or 2 more in the Pick 6 just to be sure. I do think I'll survive this leg at the PA with numbers 2, 3 and 6. Caddy Zora obviously has a winning chance, but I reckon if you ask Roy Magner who's a better horse between One Religion and Rani of Couture, I think you might just lean towards Rani of Couture. Raymond Danielson's back on board, this daughter of Fire Away. She's related to a lot of nice horses like Maharani, etc. And her win at her penultimate start was encouraging. I know Linger No More would probably not be much of a factor in this race, but she just looked like she was maturing all the while. And again, her last one, To Say It With Roses, I think sets up nicely when they carried the same weight. Obviously, fitness needs to be taken on trust. The better the pace, the quicker the pace rather, the better it will be for number 2, Rani of Couture. And I don't see too much pace here, but I think maybe coming back from a layoff, maybe just the softer run race could help her cause a little bit. So I have a lot of time for her. I respect her chances. Number 3, Avo on Toast is bang there. Draw one's a huge advantage. On the run to forgiveness, there's nothing to choose between her and Caddy Zora. Avo on Toast, if she doesn't win, she'll go very, very close. She's proving to be a real model of consistency. And then number 6, Caddy Zora. You know, she got outrun late by One Religion, who came from a mile back. She was all over a winner going through the final 200 meters. She's now on a more galloping course. She's been to the Vaal once before and ran second to I Am Regal. I mean, everything stacks up nicely. She got a £2 penalty for being a loser last time. I'm not a fan of that, but probably justified considering that she went so close to winning and they were miles clear of third. She's very well bred. The May Gorangosa was out of the top draw. She went on a streak of plenty of wins to qualify for the Hollywoodbets Durbanville roughly a decade ago. And she wouldn't be winning out of turn if she were to get it right. Very, very complex race. There are a few horses here that come in, waited to turn form around. Even a horse like Darling Harbour, who last run was so disappointing. It's her last chance, number 8, Darling Harbour. But she's got a few weight turnarounds, but she had the same weight turnarounds last time and she bluffed her line, so don't really know where she stands. But 2, 3 and 6, I'll settle with them in the PA.
2, 3 and 6. Moving along to race number 4 next. This is Fillies and Mares 70 divided handicap over 1,800 meters. 2 is the off time. Favorite in race number 4, and just having a look here, favorite is number 1, Last Car to Pass at 28-10, and with an E at 7-2. Mary Reed at 9-2, 7-1. Linger No More, it's in 10-1 and better ball those. Now it's quite a big field that are set to line up over the 1,800 meter trip, but what's your thoughts here? This horse, Last Car to Pass, quite an encouraging run straight out the maidens, went third to Theatre of Life.
Player, Theatre of Life is held in high regard by Philip Vermeulen. She's doing a lot right at the moment. She's got a lot of weight to carry. Number one, last car to pass. She probably is going to, or she's more than likely to be better than anyone else in this race. She's a pick six inclusion. I've got two horses in the PA, and last car to pass isn't one of them. I've just had a look at the market because I was waiting for you to give the price of number 10 free in Seattle. You didn't, which obviously meant she's in double figures. She's trading 25 to 2 at the time of recording. I think this is a huge chance, number 10 free in Seattle. Kiratila Kacheri takes her right. Had no luck with a draw last time. She ran fourth behind Fetching Flyer, which isn't much of a feather in her cap, but she's dropped a pound in the ratings. Her penultimate start on a graduation plate, she ran 4 lengths to Happy Mo. Happy Mo came out and won a very good race over the weekend. Second horse was Mia Moo of all horses. Mia Moo's rated 100 plus. I think there's a huge amount of value about number 10 free in Seattle. St. John Gray's Yard is in very good form at the moment, and she is an inclusion in all bets, and she's my top choice. She'll be my value bet on the card, considering the price that we got. Full play with Fire, got to be a chance back against Boys. Last run to safe space, even though she was last of 4. That was a super competitive race. I think that she's more at home on a galloping course as well. Calvin Habib takes her out for Fani Broncos. She should be bang there just against her own sex, so I've included her as well. But other winning chances include numbers 1 and 3 and 6. They were all horses that I really considered putting into the play. But very happy with what I hear about number 10 free in Seattle.
Yeah, I see free in Seattle, 3.5 kgs better off with number 2 and with an E when she ran second to her, and you've got Anne with an E at 7 to 2 and one is at 12 to 1. So Alistair could be onto something there. Lots of value about horse number 10 here. Karatila Kacheri rides for St. John Gray, and perhaps come race time, we're definitely not going to get 12 to 1 about free in Seattle, especially if there's anything to do with our Alistair who got stuck into Siddeley yesterday down in the Western Cape when that filly was backed off the boards and she romped home to victory. Moving along to race number 5, and this is at 14:45 over 1400 meters. It's an MR84 handicap. And race 5, Counting Victor, your favorite at 5 to 2, 7 to 2 about Buffalo Storm Cody, 9 to 2 Confederate. It's then 10 to 1 and better bar those. Alistair, race number 5, is it a 2-horse race between numbers 1 and 5, or is Confederate in with a winning chance here?
No, this is no 2-horse race, no 1-horse race. I've gone 3 horses and I only have one of the horses you've mentioned. 4, 5 and 6 are my numbers. I'll get to King's Ransom in a moment because I legitimately think he can run a big race. But Counting Victor deserves his place towards the top of the boards. He's doing everything the right way. Craig Zaki suspended, hence he's not on. His last one over Gorgeous Klein was very encouraging. Gorgeous Klein has accounted for some very smart 3-year-olds, probably horses that are better than this. And if Counting Victor put Gorgeous Klein in his place like that, then there's probably going to be some happy days to come from the son of Royal Mo, who steps up in distance, but that shouldn't be an issue. I remember the mother well, Idle Hours. She ran in the colours of Heinrich Rix, and she went 1,800 metres without any fuss, and the Royal Mo's are probably most effective up to a mile. So like the progress that number 5 Counted Victor is making as a racehorse and in trip, and obviously Lucky Hurlakus' home ground. Lucky actually made the point to me the other day at Turfington when I was sitting with him. He said, do you think there's nothing there that all these other guys have to travel 2 hours to come to the Vaal, and I just turn up half an hour before and I walk 5 minutes across the road? So that's Lucky's analogy of why he's so prolific at the Vaal. That's not to say he can't train winners at Turfington. I think Lucky is one of the better trainers in the country. 6 Confederate, first run as a gelding, super consistent, drawn on the right side. Piers Stratham takes the ride. Got a penalty for losing last time behind Lava Fire. I wouldn't make Lava Fire much of a runner here, but he gave a lot of weight away. Yards in form, riders in form. He'll run a good race, number 6 Confederate. And then number 4, King's Ransom. He's drawn on also what should be the right side of the course. Gets Trent Mayhew's 2.5 kilo claim. He did not stay last time over 1,600 metres. Plus, he had a second TCO2 test and he completely boiled over. He actually moved in very strongly 400 metres out. Just didn't go on with it because he didn't get home over a mile. He's working very well, number 4 King's Ransom, and he could represent a bit of quartet value. I'm not saying go broke and have a big place bet on him or whatever the case may be, but just be wary of him, put him into your quartets. I think Buffalo Storm Cody's got a little bit too much weight. I think on indirect form, Counting Victor beating Gorgeous Klein beating Buffalo Storm Cody. going to be a big test for the top weight. Nice horse. He's a pick six, definitely a pick six runner, but I do put a few ahead of him in my picking order.
Yep, number 4, King's Ransom, 25 to 1 in the market. Nice value there for trifectas and quartets. But yeah, by the looks of it, number 5, Count Invicto, could certainly be the horse that they all need to set their sights on. Good to see Jared Penny getting a few chances, and I'm sure he'll be looking to get this horse back into the number 1 box and make it 3 from 3. Moving along to race number 6, Fillies and Mares 71 divided handicap over the 1,000 meter trip, and here your favorite is number 1, One Party at 3 to 1. Along with number 7, Beat It Down, 4 to 1 twice as well, 7 to 1 Autumn Vaal, Smelton, it's an 8 to 1 and better by those. Now, One Party went 14.50 last time out, probably not the best thing for her. She seems to be a better sprinter than anything else, and yeah, Gavin aboard this time for Fani Broncos. What's your thoughts on her? The horse to beat you?
Can't get a read on her, to be honest, Raheel. Obviously, the last run was all wrong. The fact that she's back 3 weeks later obviously suggests that Fani Broncos found nothing untoward in the washing. She's got some runs here that make her very hard to beat. She's got some runs here that make her unlikely to get a blow in. So it's not a race that you get too excited about, a Fillies and Mares 71, but I'm looking towards the bottom of the weights for 2 horses that I think are very interesting indeed. 7, Beat It Down. I've made a big case for Keratile Kachedi earlier on. I'm going to do the same here. Her local return was a good effort behind Just Vaal. Just Vaal won even more impressively over the weekend. There was money for Beat It Down last time out. Off that 54.5 at this level, I think that she's definitely my top choice, and I think that she can definitely win, despite the fact that she hasn't won in a year. And number 8, Twice as Wild, could be shrewd from Grant Maroon to put Nevin Nastili on board, claiming 2.5. Again, she hasn't won in a while, but she's banging at the door. I think as far as PAs and the final leg of the bipod is concerned, she's just simply good value to throw in, because that's just what she does, number 8, Twice as Well. So with that lightweight, she's going to be very dangerous as well. I think that this race could be a little bit of a boil over in the exotics and in pick sixes as well.
Yeah, it's a race that you probably want to go a bit wider. Alistair likes number 7 and 8 in race 6. Moving along to race number 7 next up. This is at 15.55. It's a Fillies and Mares 90 divided handicap over 1,000 meters. Your favorite in race 7 is number 9, Lady of Memphis at 16 to 10. 3 to 1 number 1 Nettleton, 5 to 1 Virginia Beach, 11 to 2 Executrix, it's in 6 to 1 and better by those. Now this filly, Lady of Memphis, I thought she ran a cracker last time out. Just touched off behind Ride On. She has gone up to 3 points, but it's a good move here by Lucky Odalakis. He gets the 4 kgs off the back. This filly's only got 48 to shoulder, and if this Appy can get into a nice rhythm early on, this filly could prove to be hard to beat.
That's the only reason I've got her in my play, because I was a short head away from bankering Nettleton, but for the reasons you've given, 48 kilos and lucky at the Vaal, I've kicked for touch with number 9, Lady of Memphis. I'd kick myself if she were to feature, and I left her out just because it glares you in the face with that weight and the fact that she's seriously progressive. But Nettleton, top choice, straight him on board for Johan Janssen van Vuren. Johan doesn't often go to the Vaal, but he has arrived here. I think she beats a horse that is a bit of value on Saturday in the form of Poblano. I'm a big fan of her. She gave a lot of weight away. It was a Stratum masterclass to get Nettleton home last time. Stratum's 2 from 2 on the Storcher of Water Winter, and like I said, short head away from bankering her in my place accumulator in pick 6. But just because of the lightweight, the 48, I've gone the 2 horses. And to be honest, I don't like anything else to win the race. Maybe got a bit of time for number 3, Virginia Beach, at her best, but she's clearly not at her best at the moment. She would be the alternative horse that I'd throw in. But this is the one race that I'm willing to hold to just a less than half the field, just a couple of horses, to be honest.
Yeah, just 1 in 9 for Alistair in race number 7. Moving along to race 8, final race on the day. This is at 4:30, and here it is over the 1,000 meter trip. It's an MR 66 handicap. Break out your joint week favorite here, 5 to 1 with Samoa and Dancing Dora, 6 to 1 Smash In, 7 to 1 Command of All Pacific. It's an 8 to 1 and better ball. Those scratch number 14, Bridge of Spies. It's a field of 13 runners that remain. Alistair, final race on the day. It's a wide open contest. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, they've saved the best for last year, Raheel. This is a real Vaal special. Some of the old usual suspects line up, and I've gone with 3 horses in the PA, and they're all girls. I've gone with 7, 9, and 13, the 10-year-old, the evergreen 10-year-old Samoa. Gavin Lorena probably would have been phoned by every trainer with a horse. He rode Brackhart last time. He's gone with Samoa. He's ridden Commander of All a while ago. No reason to take off Jason Gates, but he's gone with Samoa. He probably could have ridden Dancing Door. I'm sure Fani Bronco said, I've got 2 for you decide, and he's decided on none of them. The point is, Gavin's gone with number 7 Samoa, and he rides her very, very well. When they team up, you got to take note. She absolutely loves the Vaal. Most of her good works come with the Vaal. She's not a horse that you can even have 10 rand on to win, but she'll go very, very close. A little bit of luck in running is all she needs, and she'll be trying her heart out, as she always does. Dancing Dora, she's been consistent, retaining form. She remains of a 58. Off that mark, she's always going to be a danger to some extent. Include her in your play. And I'm interested in number 13, Tibetan Voyage. I'll take the stance that he has not enjoyed the Turfentine Inside Track at her last 2. Back down the Vaal. Number 13, Tibetan Voyage, is worth another chance off a lightweight. But again, if there's anything here that tickles your fancy, that caught your eye last time, I mean, a horse that I actually really considered was number 8, Parlor Millions. Just the inside draw put me off a little bit. But, happy to hold it to 3 horses in the place accumulator, and literally on my knees hoping that just one of them get into the top 3. It should be a very exciting finish for a low-grade handicap.
Alistair, no time for number 3 in the ether. I mean, on her last start, she must be a big player, especially with that outside draw. I mean, Address the Nation would absolutely romp home in this field.
Yeah, she's got to be a pick 6 inclusion, absolutely no doubt. Mark Maroon's got his horses running well. There's lines of form with Basingstoke as well through the day. Parlor Millions has got in the ether hole on that run on the 22nd of October, as does Tibetan Voyage. But in the ether did catch the eye last time against Much Better. So she is a pick 6 inclusion. Another girl that's probably respected at a big price.
Yeah, 14-1 about number 3 in the ether. She could certainly pop up on a day. But we're going to move along to the suggested bet now. Alistair will take us through his suggested bet for racing on Thursday out at the Vaal. It is the place accumulator, and it begins with the running of race number 2. And Alistair, take it away.
It's a 216 rand perm, so we're looking for a big dividend in the place accumulator and just hoping to double up, or if we're greedy and lucky, treble up somewhere along the way. So Banker 7, US Driftsloot in the first leg, with a lot of respect for 3, it's one or the other there. By 2, 3 and 6, Rani of Couture, Ava, One Toast and Caddy Zora. By 4 and 10, Play with Fire, and I cannot believe number 10, Free in Seattle's double figures. By 4, 5 and 6, King's Ransom, Carlton Victor and Confederate. By 7 and 8, Beat It Gone Twice as Wild. 1 and 9, Nettleton, Lady of Memphis, and 7, 9 and 13, Samoa, Dancing Dora and Tibetan Voyage to finish it off.
Yep, that is racing on Thursday out at the Vaal. Alistair, thanks very much. Looking forward to the meeting on Thursday, and of course we'll all be waiting with great interest to listen to your thoughts on the Betway Summer Cup.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun, that Saturday meeting out at Turfentine, and I hope that this sets you up well. That's the best that we can do, and just hope that everything goes according to plan on this Thursday. It won't be easy, but it will be a lot of fun. It always is.
Yeah, the best of luck with racing out at the Vaal on Thursday.